Hello everyone, my name is Rala Dinesh. I am from CSITA section. Network and web security is my subject. In that, my tech talk concept is the database protection system against SQL attacks. Normally, what is an SQL attack? First of all, we see what is an SQL. SQL is a structured query language of a database. This SQL is a database language where which is used to store data. By using SQL language, we will retrieve the data from our databases. Now we'll see how the how the attacks are done by the SQLs. Normally, by the queries, we will write the queries to retrieve, to delete, to perform crude operations or various operations on database to retrieve data or to we done operations on data. We can say like that. Now we'll see what is introduction to SQL attacks. SQL injection. SQL attacks is also called as SQL injection is one of the most common web application vulnerabilities. Attackers exploit the weakness in application to execute the malicious SQL statements. Understanding SQL attack is essential for developing effective protection strategies. Now we'll see what is SQL injection. SQL injection allow attackers to manipulate the database. As I said, database queries through the user inputs. It can lead to unauthorized data access and data modification and data deletion. Recognizing the various types of SQL injection is crucial prevention. As I said, SQL is a language which is used to retrieve the data and to perform various operation on the data. SQL uses queries to perform some operations. Mainly the famous operations are create, rename, update, and delete. These are the main operations. By these operations, SQL injection by these operations are mainly used in SQL. Now we'll see types of SQL injections. There are several forms of SQL injection. Include first one is a in-band, blind, and out-of-band. In-band, SQL injection is the most common and straightforward variant. Blind SQL injection occurs when application does not show error messages to the attackers. Now we'll see consequences of the SQL attacks. SQL attacks can lead to significant data breaches resulting in financial losses. Organization may face reputational damage due to data leaks and branches. Legal impli- implications can arise from a non-compliance and data protection regulations. Normally, what will happen if uh, data is uh, data is hacked by the attackers or data is manipulated by the attackers? It ultimately affects the reputation and damage, or we can say damage the reputation of the company because the data is lost. The data is a very important part for any reputational company. If it lost, they can may lose the clients as well as the reputation of the company. So to avoid these SQL attacks, we will see some methods in further slides. Now we'll see common vulnerabilities. Application that uses unsanitized user inputs and high suspected to SQL injection. Poorly configured database permission can allow attackers to perform unauthorized action. Our database permissions means credentials must be very strong that it is open only by the user or authorized one only. So the developers lack of awareness regarding the secure coding practice increases the vulnerability. Here we having the query select star from the user where name is equals to John Smith. It is a direct query, so anyone can easily write this query who knows the SQL easily. I mean, who know the SQL very well. Now we'll see secure coding practice. How we will secure our data? means we how data in various type in query. Use parameterized queries to differentiate between code and data. Here we can use statements like preparational statement where the data is passed in the query. Passed in the query. Here we can see here John Smith name is passed directly. In prepare statement we will keep question mark. After that we will pass the parameter such that the attacker could not know the name of the user, so he could not hack or he could not steal the data. Now we'll see the input validation. Input validation ensures that only proper formatted data is accepted by the application. Implemented whitelisted to allow only acceptable input type and formats. Regularly update validation rules to adapt to the new security threats and patterns. These are the simple rules we can say that. First one, we have to provide a medium length of uh, validation of the input. Second one is to we regularly update our input inputs. We have to regularly update our inputs based on the new security features such that it will be safe. Database permissions and roles. Here we can see here role 3. Here role 3 is derived from role 2, role 2 is derived from role 1, role 1 is actual user here. Limited database permission based on the principles at least privilege. Regular audit user roles the permission and ensures the completion and security. Implement the role-based access control to manage permission efficiently. First of all, we have to keep the limited data permissions. After that, we have to based on needs, we have to give the permissions and roles also. Web application firewalls. Here it's short abbreviated as WAF. WAF act as a gatekeeper, monitoring and filtering HTTP requests to web applications. It can block known attack patterns and provides the additional layer to the security. Regular update WAF rules the necessary to protect against the emerging threats. It's a tool. We can say it is a tool where it will it will give us provide a security for applications where if in this we will have some inbuilt patterns. If it is find these patterns frequently, it will block that. It's another method. Now monitoring and logging. Continuous monitoring and database actively helps the identify suspicious behavior, maintaining logs of SQL queries and implementing alerts and usually activity that may indicate an SQL attack. First, here continuously, if we monitor if we monitor the database continuously, we will find the suspicious suspicious action easily. Another one, maintaining logs of SQL queries. Maintaining a log means maintaining a collection of queries. Will easily we can easily analyze and implementing the alert and making an alert if any unusual activities occurred. Now we'll see regular security testing. Conducting a regular security assignments, including the penetration testing and vulnerable testing. Automated tools can help identify the weaknesses in the application and database, promptly addressing any identified vulnerability to strengthen an overall security posture. These are all about testing. Now we'll see security patches and updates. Keeping the database management system application frameworks update is virtual. Regular application security patches the mitigated nodes vulnerability. Now we'll see the data encryption. Data encryption, encrypting sensitive data both at rest and in the transmit the protect against the unauthorized access. Use the strong encrypted algorithm and manage the encrypted key and regular view encryption practice to ensure the compliance also. Now we'll see indicates the response planning. Develop and maintaining comprehensive indicates the responsive plan of SQL attack. Now train an employee to on recognizing the responding to a security identity. And the third one is a regular test and updating the indicate responsibility. Here we have the flowchart. We can see here. Now we'll see the conclusion and best practice. Protecting database from the SQL attacks requires a multiple layer security. We can use all the techniques in previous slides which I said. Which I explained. Continuously education and awareness among the developers, i- users are essential. And by implementing the best practice, we can avoid the SQL attacks. Thank you.